Hello, this is Gav from IGN. I'm joined by Greg Mails, and we are playing Battletoads Arcade. Now, this is the first time it's actually been available to play on a console, right?
That's right, yeah. So it was originally, as you said, an arcade machine, but never made it to the home console. So.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to join you then to see if I can actually do anything in this.
Okay. Yeah, so the basic premise of Battletoads Arcade was to take what was really nice about the NES original and really go to town on it, like turn the dial up beyond 10. Like we didn't have to worry about the age rating. It was an arcade game, so we could make it more violent, more gory, push the humour more further. So it's kind of. So as you say,
that's awesome.
So it was intended for the arcade, which is a really interesting thing for us, because we used to develop our own in-house arcade board, arcade hardware, but designing for an arcade game is very different from designing for home consoles.
Really? Okay.
Oh, extremely. Because obviously with our home console, players pay a certain amount, whether it was $40, $50, or whatever it was at the time, and then they expect a certain amount of entertainment for that money. Whereas in an arcade, it's a lot transient. You put, I don't know, 50 cents in, $1. Back then, when we were making it was 20 pence, and players play it, and if they enjoy it, they'll put more money in. If they don't, they'll walk away from the machine. So you could make several dollars off someone if they want to play through the game, or you could just make like 20 pence and they walk away. So how you think about the game is very different. So it's so the arcade game's all about wanting to see the next challenge, wanting to when you've lost, put more money in, so you carry on to play further. Whereas the home console's very different, where you can have as many goes as you like basically until you beat the game. So thinking about how you design the challenge or how you structure the levels is very different. So what would work well in the home console versions not necessarily would work in arcade and vice versa. But certainly for me, it was a very interesting design challenge. And at the time,
you've just got to make it super interesting on screen all the time.
Oh, that's definitely. You've got to basically constant entertainment. Obviously, having 2 Toads on there, and in the arcade version there was 3.
Yes.
Obviously, multiple players playing a game always makes it more fun. So that counted in our favour. I
love it when you kick them up the arse and it boots them right at the screen. There's quite a lot of blood in there coming out of those rats.
There is. It's quite violent. I mean, there was quite lots of rats, and they got harmed in the making of this game.
Right, here we go.
So here comes General Slaughter, if I remember his name right. So he's kind of a bull, and he's kind of.
No.
So therefore, got like our version of a hint system on the background there, saying double tap to run. So allows you to do the bigger move. So if you double tap and run, and then
nice,
get the big move. So you give a bit of a bashing, and hopefully, you can start to see he's starting to get damaged. So we wanted to make it look like you were giving him a beating up, so he starts to get scuffs and scrapes on his chest. You can see, and he's missing a tooth. So we just wanted to. Again, it's rewarding the player's input rather than just having an energy bar that creeps down. We wanted it to make it very visual, so it felt like you're giving this guy a good kick.
Yeah.
So he comes back. Look, now he's really looking the worst for wears. Actually beating him around.
Yes.
It was just all part of that humour for the game at the time. It was. I think that's
awesome.
That's what's quite iconic in a lot of rare games. It's the kind of humour, but it's never one type of humour. It's there's many different types, and it's usually just reflective of the people working on the game. It tends to be their humour or what's popular in media at the time. It's like we take our cues from what's funny. So maybe some of this stuff, it was funny back when it was made. It's probably the humour's not quite as funny as it used to be. There's certain things that's always going to be funny, like kicking rats up the arse is always going to be entertaining. But
that's never not going to be funny now.
So
it's a Christmas level.
Second level, yep. So I'll take on a Christmas level.
It's something just so satisfying about beating stuff up. Constantly.
I think it's also the stuff you beat up, like you've seen Rudolph. There was a snowman. If I remember rightly, you get to the end of the level. I think you beat Santa up.
Yes.
So it's a kind of odd version of a. Oh, that was me, not you. I'm gonna say, let's jump. There we go. I'll give it in.
Boom.
Come on, Santa can't be too far away now.
Nice. Here we go. I'm gonna get a gun. Here we go. We both got guns. Oh no, I've lost my gun.
It was quite a fun game to design. This was. It was one of the first games I actually designed that rare. It was So I went from I think I worked on a Game Boy game and then I worked on this. So it was like a real transition to you're working on something really small and then working on an arcade board. So
it's mad.
It was just fun, and at the time we just it was definitely a good way to learn about design, working on so many different platforms and hopping around. And
it's like, well, you have to learn how to do it because it's literally going to be your job.
That's right. Yeah. And there was at the time it was learning on the job. Kind of having a role as a dedicated designer, kind of back then was kind of, it wasn't a common thing. It was, it's just the almost the infancy of teams getting bigger than one or two people, and then kind of roles specialising. And before then, it'd be even on this game. Some of the sound effects, I did some of them. The engineer did some of them.
With your mouth?
No, not with my mouth. One of the engineers was pretty much all the voices. Chris Hilden was all the voices of most of the Toads. But people could specialise more than or generalise more than they can now. If you needed a graphic, if you had a reasonable amount of drawing ability, you could just draw your own graphics and put it in the game. Whereas now you have to. The level of quality has gone up so much that if I was to draw graphics for games, I don't think people would be that impressed.
Nice.
Oh, come on, now we must be nearly Santa. It's really close now.
I like how it's just teasing you, going, not much further, really close.
Let's get rid of these poxy little helpers.
Nice.
Sure
how did he do that?
I say not how much money I would have spent by now. Probably about $10 already. I'm so rubbish. Exit. Oh, here he comes. Oh no, he's not. No, we've got Rudolph to deal with first. Get rid of him. He's gone. Oh no, there is no Santa. Where's Santa?
Where's Santa?
No Santa.
No, he doesn't exist.
He doesn't exist. Maybe that was in a development version. There definitely was Santa at some point.
You promised me Santa.
There was Santa. Maybe not in the release version. I remember it. He had this massive belly that hung over his hung over his trousers, and he had a bag that he carried around, and he moved around and chucked stuff at you. And then occasionally, when he bent down to rummage out of his sack to try and find some presents to kind of find it, he had kind of that kind of builder's arse that hung out, and then that was your cue to run up and kick Santa. Santa up the backside. So,
right, here we go. This is our boss.
This is the boss.
Not Santa. That's a snake.
It's not Santa. So we've got a snake.
Come on, let's kick his ass. Ooh.
Yes, I remember the snake. At the time, the snake felt quite dynamic and terrifying. That the thing came out the screen at you and tried to bite you. And, but
it looks like we're inside someone's rib cage.
It does, doesn't it? It's. Okay. I'm still wondering where Santa is, to be honest.
I like how you've almost dreamt up this Santa.
No. Santa definitely existed. I've just made that up.
Santa is real. No, it's fine.
He is real, and he was in Battletoads, but clearly we must have thought that adding a snake was better.
He's not even wearing like a Santa's hat or something.
He's not, is he? He doesn't even look like it belongs in the same level. Santa's not even around the outside either.
Maybe it's Santa's rib cage that we're in.
And the Dark Queen. It could be.
Yes, take that, you stupid snake.
Oh, I'm bad call. Let's get rid of this snake. Maybe Santa's next. Oh, take that.
Nice.
Taking some knocks.
Oh,
I saved you there. he grabbed you, he's going to take you. I think he takes you into the background and kind of gives you a good shake and takes your life off. But if your teammate's quick enough, they can get a knock in and save you. So
kick me out of his gob. That's good. Oh no!
Oh,
yes.
So if you go, that's going to cost you another 20 cents.
Can you set it? So you can set. We've obviously got free credits, but you can set it to proper arcade mode, can you?
I'm not so sure.
Oh, come on, Snake.
Maybe that could be a.
Oh yes.
That could be a way of having. It's a retro version of microtransactions where you actually put 20 cents in at a time.
Yeah, you probably don't want to do that. Yes!
No. Oh, he's gone. Oh, there, go on, kick it. Kick his head. I'm sure you can kick his head. There we go.
Yeah, there we go. Well, that was just a little bit of Battletoads Arcade, which is one of the games that's available on the Rare Replay.
Minus Santa.
Minus Santa.